Day mattress sale is going on now at Mancini's Sleep World. Save up to $900 on select Beautyrest Black mattresses and adjustable sets. Beautyrest Black, made with premium features and modern design, using the finest materials. Or save up to $900 on select Beautyrest Harmony Luxe mattresses and adjustable sets. And now available Beautyrest Select. The President's Day mattress sale, now at Mancini's Sleep World.
Odyssey's I'm Listening is our commitment to more mental health conversations. Dr. Ursula Whiteside talks about the toll relationships take on our mental health.
You actually have control over that. There's going to be some amount that no matter what, you're going to be in pain and have to go through. But if you let your brain spend all the time thinking about how great they were and how perfect, and all that prevents you from moving through this and having a new life.
Talk saves lives. For more mental health conversations, visit imlistening.org.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn, but that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, I'm Fami, host of the podcast Beyond Black History Month, and 2023 is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. We're celebrating with the stories you may not know, from the legacies
we brought this music to the world,
to the tragedies.
My pager went off 911. I found a phone, and they said, come to see the cyanide, somebody shot Biggie.
Listen and subscribe to Beyond Black History Month on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts from.
For our bonus round, it's the most stressful season of all. Name it, Dave, for 300 points.
What is winter?
Oh, come on. Correct answer. What is tax season? Sorry, Dave. Whoa, who are you?
I'm April from Tax Act, where we help you file for less and get more.
More for less?
Yep, so you can turn tax season into maximum refund season.
Well, there it is, folks. Tax season's a winner after all.
So switch to Tax Act today and start for free.
See taxact.com for details.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things for our planet. Raise a fine glass of wine to your sweetheart and the environment. First, don't get hung up on packaging. Many grape wines now come in boxes, which produce half the overall emissions that bottles do. Also, cardboard is just as easily recycled as glass. Finally, look for estate wines, where all grapes are grown on the vineyard and not trucked in from distant locations. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
We hear a lot about how different generations don't understand each other. What if we're wrong? Odyssey's podcast, It's Generational, is here to bring together baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z for conversations you won't find anywhere else.
I'm a little upset that I spend money on my hair.
I went and dyed my whole head purple.
I didn't get my license until 21.
And I wonder, as a Gen Xer, somebody who grew up biding your time as a teenager until you turned 16 and were able to get a driver's license.
Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It is Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon, holding this country together at 888-788-9910. I played a clip from Rosie O'Donnell in the last break. That's what I opened the show. I played a Rosie O'Donnell clip.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, no, this is a show, okay? We're just trying to have an honest conversation. To her credit, Rosie O'Donnell made a point on TikTok that I made a week and a half ago. Okay, the EPA saying the air is clean shouldn't mean anything to anybody. The EPA said after September 11th, when the towers came down, The air was fine. Everybody get down to ground zero and help with the cleanup effort. You got nothing to worry about.
That's just how white folks will do you.
And that's how they did us. Okay, here is Rosie O'Donnell making a point I made for you 2 weeks ago. Clip 7.
I've been reading all the news reports on this horrible train derailment and chemical spill, toxic poisoning in Ohio, and fish dying, and chickens dying, and animals getting sick, and people feeling sick. And then the EPA comes out with a very non-alarmist, everything's okay, don't worry about a thing statement. And it's infuriating. I don't trust the EPA. I don't trust them. After 9/11, I don't know how anyone could.
She's not wrong. Folks, it takes a lot to get Rosie O'Donnell upset about dead chickens and fish. Okay, they're putting up a hell of a grocery bill, Lady O'Donnell does. The point is, okay, the EPA has led us foul. It's given us a bad steer from time to time. And when you're in a town like East Palestine, Ohio, that's not a high priority area for the Democratic Party, you don't get the feeling the EPA is putting you high in their to-do list in terms of your well-being. Here's Al, who's in Traverse City, Michigan. Yo, Al!
When, it's easy to say that if this was a Republican office that the media would go wild. But in fact, when there was a Republican office and they had a waterfront crisis in Flint, Michigan, the media went absolutely wild, and they finally brought up the governor at that time, John Engler, on negligence charges. Although he was addressing this problem on a daily basis, they went wild and were going to tear him apart.
Well, we had Obama go to Flint and famously pretend to drink the water. They didn't actually drink it, but the residents went crazy. I mean, so this is the thing. Okay, there's such a storied history for screwing people in this situation. And yeah, I mean, if this was like Trump and the train derailed and they hadn't been there in 2 weeks, they'd find, one person of color or one transgender person and say he wasn't going because he hated that type of person and, it was shameful. So you're right. And that double standard, that's where the media is failing the country, because their job is to just hold people in power accountable. And the people in power in this instance are really screwing over the little guy. I mean, if that was your town and you're watching the president fly over it on his way to Ukraine, I mean, aren't you giving Air Force One the finger?
Absolutely. Twice.
In double barrel. Come on, Al, I love it. Well, listen, you make great points, and you're right to say there's a double standard. But the point I try to make to people on the left is they think it helps them to have a media that doesn't, give their party a hard time. But if you got bad leadership, the fact that it's coming from your party shouldn't be any consolation. The point is the country's getting screwed.
I absolutely agree with that, Jim.
Let me throw you one thing, you too. How far are you from Holland, Michigan?
Probably 150 miles.
Oh, all right. It might be far, but we're working on a stand-up date in Holland, Michigan. I'll let you know. You'll hear about it on the show. And if gas is...
Comedy Week in Traverse City 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the hell. Well, listen, if we make it there in June and gas isn't $71 a gallon, I just want to see you there.
All right, I will be.
Good stuff, brother. Have a good one now. There he goes. It's so true. It's so true that what the media does, this is the thing. The media is trying to win elections for the Democratic Party. So they don't want to do anything with the news cycle that might age poorly for the Democratic Party. But that's not their job. Their job is to hold people in power accountable, which they're not doing. You're not hearing an outcry in the New York Times and the Washington Post. They don't want to hurt the Democrats.
That's why I don't read the newspaper, because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is
Whether your dog is in their puppy, adult, or senior years, there's nothing better than more years together. And the best way to feed their happy, healthy life is with fresh, healthy food. The Farmer's Dog makes it easy to keep your best friend healthy inside and out with fresh recipes made from real meat and veggies. They're pre-portioned just for your pup and delivered right to your door. Help your dog live a healthy life and get 50% off your first box of real fresh food at thefarmersdog.com/betteryears23.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden marks this coming Thursday's anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine with a speech in Warsaw, Poland.
1 year ago, the world was bracing for the fall of Kyiv. Well, I just come from a visit to Kyiv, and I can report Kyiv stands strong.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, ever. The Supreme Court's been hearing arguments today and another case tomorrow about Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act passed in 1996, protecting tech companies from lawsuits over users' content.
The case today involving Google from a lawsuit involving 23-year-old Nohemi Gonzalez, who was killed in 2015 in Paris as part of an ISIS attack. Her family sued Google, Facebook, and Twitter in 2016, arguing all three allowed extremist content from ISIS-related groups.
David Spunt in Washington. The decision is expected in June. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and I have a question for you. You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got an updated booster designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. Got it? Check eligibility and schedule your updated COVID booster at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
The President's Day mattress sale is going on now at Mancini Sleep World. Save up to $900 on select Beauty Rest Black mattresses and adjustable sets. Beauty Rest Black, made with premium features and modern design, using the finest materials. Or save up to $900 on select Beauty Rest Harmony Luxe mattresses and adjustable sets. And now available Beauty Rest Select. The President's Day mattress sale, now at Mancini Sleep World.
We hear a lot about how different generations don't understand each other. What if we're wrong? Odyssey's podcast, It's Generational, is here to bring together baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z for conversations you won't find anywhere else.
I'm a little upset that I spend money on my hair.
I went and dyed my whole head purple.
I didn't get my license until 21.
And I wonder, as a Gen Xer, somebody who grew up biding your time as a teenager until you turned 16 and were able to get a driver's license.
Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
It's the time of year where podcasts, radio stations, and TV channels share stories about the Black community for a whole 28 days. I'm Famie Redwood, host of the podcast Beyond Black History Month. We tell Black stories year-round, from dangerous hair products,
clumps of my edges begin to come out,
to the 50th anniversary of hip-hop.
Hip-hop was about keeping it real.
Listen and subscribe to Beyond Black History Month on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts from.
And we're back. Well, tax season's here, folks, and you know.
Hi there.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
April here to tell you about the tax filing software from TaxAct.
Seriously, were you like hiding behind my desk?
Seriously, TaxAct makes it easy to get your maximum refund.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Switch to TaxAct today and you can start for free.
Or as we say in Radioland,
subtle. TaxAct. File for less and get more.
See taxact.com for details.
Odyssey's I'm Listening is our commitment to more mental health conversations. Vice President Kamala Harris has made mental health a priority throughout her life and career.
It really is important to recognize that just like any other part of your body, your mind and how you are feeling, it matters. And sometimes you're not feeling so well, sometimes you're feeling great. But when you're not feeling so well, understand there's nothing wrong with seeking help.
Talk saves lives. For more mental health conversations, visit imlistening.org.
Be strong. Would be weak. Would be the all of our allies. Would be united or divided.
Oh man, that's the kind of forceful message we need to send out to the world. Sugar mega sugar baba. That's Joe Biden. Forceful remarks over in Ukraine to mark the 1-year anniversary of Vladimir Putin's invasion. There he is. reminding the world about the strong leadership we've gotten as we inch closer to World War III. Okay, the White House today said that if in fact China gives military aid to Russia, that would be a red line. Now, if you're keeping score at home, the Democratic Party hasn't exactly been great about enforcing red line rules.
Don't be thick, all right?
But of course, I am referring to Barack Obama, who famously said that over in Syria, if Assad used chemical weapons, that would be a red line. Okay, Assad, lo and behold, did use chemical weapons. Did Obama take any punitive measure for him crossing his red line? So you have to forgive the world if they're not, taken aback by yet another Democratic red line in the sand.
I don't see you doing any better in the booty department.
But the bigger issue here is when you look at the polling, Fox News did polling on support for Ukraine. I find it very interesting because it polls better than you might think, in that about 63% of Americans support sending money and weapons to Ukraine. Now that's weighted heavily to the Democratic side. It's about 78 to 80% of Democrats. It's actually, the actual composite number is 79% of Democrats support sending money and weapons to Ukraine. Amongst Republicans, it's about 51%. Amongst independents, it's about 50%. So the Democrats are kind of carrying this thing into positive territory. Most of the country's indifferent. It doesn't mean they're Putin puppets. It doesn't mean they want to see Putin overtake Europe. It's just that they look around the country they live in themselves and they see the quality of everything. I mean, literally everything that they look at is going downhill.
Biden is such a disaster.
Okay, and that's the problem. It's not, screw you, Ukraine. Woo! We're all in on Putin. That's not what's going on. We don't, we're not pro-Putin over here. We are pro-America. And a lot of people don't feel like America has been made to be the priority under this administration.
Ridiculous. It's supposed to stop.